Hello, hello. It is a incredibly warm day today in California. I think we're going to be hitting 91 degrees today. But even with that, I really wanted to bring out all my kind of pale colored palettes, my Easter kind of, you could say, leaning toward palettes. I wanted to bring these out so we can try them out during this time. And so one of the palettes that I pulled out was one of the palettes I wanted to bring out. Everything is falling, gotta pick it up. But one of the palettes I wanted to bring out, this is an Ofra Mini Mix palette. This was a special kind of collaboration they did with Allie Dawson. So this is called the Allie Dawson 89 palette. It says Summer Pastels, never packed so lightly until this bundle curated by Allie Dawson 89. Sparkly, pastel, and full of glow. This bundle features a full face palette that is completely magnetic and refillable. Plus a compact with all of our best-selling highlighters in this one. And so it does have all these colors and stuff. I know it says it's a summer palette, completely understandable. It's definitely can also be used for the summer. Allie does live in Florida, I believe. And let's see, let's open it up. There's no mirror in here, which I appreciate, keeps the price down. Now at this point, this palette's pretty much a collectible because Ofra actually doesn't offer this palette anymore. I bought this palette at a time where I think they were finishing up her, I guess you could say, her collaboration with her. I think starting 2025, they weren't going to be selling this Allie Dawson palette or her Falling in Love palette, which was like a very autumn fall inspired five quad, you could say. It wasn't a quad though, it was like a strip. her 5-pan palette. But this is her take on summer. For this collab, she just picked the colors. These are shades and colors that already existed with Ofra Cosmetics, and she just picked the colors that she wanted and picked the items that she wanted to be curated in this collection in particular, and that's how we got this. So for her Falling in Love palette, which was her autumn palette, she actually worked on those colors and curated those colors. She was given options in terms of like formula and what the color should look like, so she actually worked on that one. But for this one, she just picked the colors. And at first glance, this is one of the ones that caught to me the most because it's, out of all the Ofra palettes that have ever come out, this is one of the most colorful palettes they have. Ofra doesn't really do colorful palettes. They do quite neutral brown palettes. I personally also would, honestly, I don't think I would ever really recommend a Ofra eyeshadow palette, but what I have found thus far is the only two I have ever liked are the ones from Allie Dawson. I think her Falling in Love palette is better than this one, and I feel like that makes sense because she worked on the formula versus these are just the usual Ofra Cosmetics formula and colors, and I think this one is second place. That Falling in Love is so much better, but you can't get either of those anymore. But I still wanted to share because this might be something that some of you may have already purchased and have forgotten about, and I totally believe you should be bringing this out for this, like for the Easter. Look at these colors. These pale yellow, teal, orange, purple are like so totally just spring and Easter. Just intensely so. I think in terms of everything, this is an alright palette. Like, all things considered, it's an alright palette. It's not great, but it's not awful. In terms of Ofra, this is one of the best eyeshadow palettes Ofra has ever come out with, specifically Ofra, because I don't really go to Ofra for eyeshadows. You should go to Ofra for, let's say, I go to Ofra for their highlighters. I go to Ofra for their skincare, definitely the skincare. Definitely they have some tanning lotions that I also really like. There's a lot of skincare from Ofra that I like, and 100% my absolute favorite highlighter, but not my favorite eyeshadows. But in terms of, for Ofra's sake, this is one of the best Ofra palettes. I really like how she laid it out with a shimmer and a matte. So like, I loved this teal. I especially love that the teals also kind of match with these Ofra colors. I also really, really loved the shimmer. It's just so pretty, so colorful. I really think they really need to up their game with what they have. Like, these are some of the brightest Ofra colors I've ever seen. Okay, so I really like it. I really appreciate that. I think I'm also just gonna swatch. I really loved, let's see, I really loved the blues. I really loved the purples. The yellow was good. These three are kind of up in the air. Like, let's swatch this yellow. Y'all know I love a yellow. How is the yellow? It's pretty good. Again, not the best, not the worst. Just, you know, it's alright. These colors remind me of what's popular right now, which is these kind of like washes of, it's almost like watercolor. These watercolors are really popular right now, to just do like a wash of color on the eye, and that's what this is reminding me of. Now, I feel like the weakest in here was like this orangey highlighting eyeshadow shade over here, and then we have like this brown. Like, I don't feel like these added too much to the looks of this palette. They kind of fall flat for me. They don't really do much. It's like, oh, okay, alright. Quite forgettable, honestly. In terms of this brown, I thought this brown looked a little too dark. I was a bit surprised because Allie is, she's quite light-skinned, but she also looks she looks quite tan sometimes because she is in Florida. And I was surprised to find that it took me a lot of time to try and build up this brown, because the brown really is meant for like bronzing and contouring the face, and I tried to use that big brown as eyeshadow, and it took a lot of eyeshadow, a lot of this bronzer to deepen out my outer corner, so I was a bit surprised about that. So I don't think you need to be afraid about packing too much on, because you really have to go in again and again and again in order to get some color from this this brown. In terms of the other two shades, we have two highlighters in here along with that bronzer. We have, let's see, the shades are Rhinestone and Y2K. I believe Y2K, I think Y2K is the brown one. Let's see. Oh. Yes, so Rhinestone is this white one, Y2K is the champagne one. And I really, really love an Ofra highlight. It is just my go-to highlight. It is just the perfect amount of highlight for me. I like how it's not very sparkly, and if it's more of like almost like a metallic. I like the way my face looks when I wear it. But I think overall, like, it's a pretty decent palette. I'm happy to have purchased it, even if it was towards the end. I'll swatch this purple. The purple shimmer was not giving too much. It's actually quite bland. So a bit of a metallic, but also not really. The really standout color was that bright, bright, pale purple. I really like how that stands out with the other colors. And I think now at this point, gee, I think I've swatched almost every color, right? 9, 10, 11, 4, 8, 9, 10. Might as well finish. Let's just swatch this orange. Might as well swatch that last color while we're here. And like I said earlier, the orange is alright. Kind of fits in with the browns. And it's like a little bit fall, but still very swatched out, honestly. Doesn't it kind of remind you of Jeffree Star's Thirsty palette? Just a little bit, right? Like, maybe not the purple, not this purple, but if we cover up the purples, it's, wow. It's really giving Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. I never even thought about that. So, very interesting. I'm happy to share it. I'm happy I have this. Of course, I'm keeping this in my collection. This is a piece that's going right back